this is Amy. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how I do a real simple floral pattern using filbert brushes. I am going to be using two AMAGIC filbert brushes. One is the number 16 and one is the number 14. I'm also going to be using a number 14 AMAGIC flat brush, a number 8 Deerfoot stippler, and my Westonia fine liner brush. It's actually a nail painting brush. The paints I'm using are all FolkArt paints. I'm using Red Velvet, Tea Berry, School Buzz Yellow, Thicket, Burnt Umber, Fresh Foliage, and Wicker White. Now all these are a combination of the multi-surface and the enamel paint. I use both. Alright, just trying to get the paints because the colors that I like are not always available in enamels or not always available in the multi-surface, so I sometimes have to split it up and go between the multi-surface and the enamels. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and get started using the number 16 filbert brush. And if you're new to my channel, this bottle here is one that I use for videos and then I just wash it off when I'm done. I am going to place the number 16 into the tea berry and then just tip it into the wicker white. Now, since I'm doing this on a wine bottle that I've already cleaned off, and yes, I did go over it with rubbing alcohol. That's very important that you clean. I'm sorry, I'm going to end up hitting this. That you clean your surface before you paint on it. If you get an area that's like what I just had here, you can go back over it, add more paint, whatever you need to do. But very simple strokes. Yeah, my channel, the purpose of my channel is to provide you with very simple painting instructions so that you, as a beginner, can feel confident in painting. Alright, so here we go. I'm just going to paint a few of these and just continue on. And all I'm doing is just pushing down and pulling towards the center and raising up. Very simple. Anybody can do this. And that's the whole purpose, is to get you to be creative and confident. I think in today's world you need to have an outlet, whether it's exercising or being creative, you know, something that you can relax and de-stress. Maybe have a little fun with it on the way. Alright, the next one I'm going to do is the 14. I'm going to stick it into the red violet, just like I did the tea berry, and then stick the tip into the white. And I'm just going to go around, create a little bit smaller version and a little bit different color. And it's okay if you overlap. I'm not happy with that one. Oops, sorry. Something bad about these brushes is that they are long-handled. And when you look at this, if you don't like it to be so, I want to say like so definite as far as the colors, you know, if they're separated or whatnot, you can just go over them. Then I'm going to come over here, roll my bottle, make sure I'm not rolling over it, because I'm really good at that too. And touching my designs, or I should say messing my designs up. If you have any questions while you're watching this video, please feel free to put those down below. I'd love to hear from you. Alright, we're very busy here. I'm going to do one more because I like to do odd numbers. And I think this is a nice color combination between the tea berry and the violet, the red violet. I hope you like it. Alright, so what I'm going to do with this brush is just dip it into the greens, and then I like to just dip it in, hopefully you can see, dip it in, and I like to pull it on, kind of roll the brush just to keep the paint not so thick on it. Thin it out a little bit. Let's pull it down there. And on this you can kind of rotate, you know, between the dark greens, the light, and it even pulled in some purple. That's fine. I like that. I mean, you could actually even intentionally do that if you wanted. And then I'm just going to kind of just pull some little branches out from here. Just, you know, it doesn't have to be perfect. I prefer it not to be. I prefer it to be a little bit looser. That's just my thoughts. And if you bring it down here, you know, bring it onto the flowers, makes it a more natural looking, especially when you're bundling flowers together. They are not going to be separate perfectly. Alright, so I'm going to stick with doing this for a second here, and just maybe bring another one down this way, and just some little quick little pulls here from, I just got to be careful, I'm so afraid I'm going to roll over on this design. And I like it just loose and whimsical. Alright, just a couple. You don't have to do them all over the place because I'm going to be adding in a lot of leaves, but I'm just going to do little pulls here. And again, these are just very easy. You know, I might have a, again, just pull it down this way. I might have a leaf that goes over the top, but I'm just pretty much using this to add in the leaves. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to do is stick in the brush in the fresh foliage and the thicket, and I'm going to start doing some leaves. Now when you're doing this, you can do your leaves in different colors, meaning that, say I'm doing this type of a leaf, and I can do it like this, or I can choose a different color. But for this project, I am just going to stick with the two colors, but basically the one design. And then I can rotate though, even though I'm using the same colors, I can still give it some interest by reversing and using some dark, some light. Doesn't matter. It's up to you, you know, if you want to do it this way or not. Another way to add some interest is to go ahead and do one side in, say, the lighter, and then come back through, do the other side in the dark. And then you just pull it through. Very easy. And so that gives you more interest because you're doing that. You're not having to use a different color. You're still using the same paint, but you're giving it some interest. So on this, and just, you can do like a little blending stroke and then press your brush down and wiggle, and then pull it up before you get done. Okay, and then I'm going to come over here. I can do it with the dark. I have dark on both sides. I don't have to vary from one side to the next. I can have it all the same. And that's dark, but that's all right. Okay, let's see what we got going here. Now I'm going to just go through and choose to add just some basic one stroke leaves, and I can even come out here, just very simple. I'm pushing down, pulling back up, and come in from this little guy here, and then bring it through here. Very, very simple. I can come through here, just add a few little leaves that are going to hang out in the middle of the design. And just keep in mind when you do this, it's just like putting a bouquet together. You know, you will have leaves that kind of intermix, and you could do the bigger leaves too, like this if you wanted. You know, put them down the center if you want, like that. Very easy, and you could put more of these on if you wanted. I'm just going to keep it like this, pretty simple. All right, so the next thing that I'm doing, I'm almost done, thank you for sticking with me, is I'm going to stick the Deerfoot stipler, the top part, because it kind of slants. It's going to be in the yellow. I always tap it off on my palette before I put it on my design. And that just gives it, kind of cleans it off a little bit so that you don't have, what do I want to say? You do not have a lot of excess paint coming on when you're tapping it in. So this is just a very simple center. And you could do one color at a time too if you wanted to. You can make your centers actually going in different directions. They don't all have to be headed the same way, unless you feel that's the way they need to be. Like on this one, I kind of feel that. They're pretty much going the same direction. Okay, some are bigger than others. I'm okay with that. Some of these flowers are bigger than others. And then what I like to do, I tip my brush, the front part of the brush, into my wicker white, and then I just kind of go back and put some white in here. Now this part you can leave out if you don't like it. I just like to do it because it makes it stand out more. Another thing you could do is add some dots, but there you go. Pretty simple. I think just about anybody can do this. If you can hold a paintbrush, you can do these designs. I hope you like it. If you do, make sure you give me a big thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe and hit that notification bell. Before you leave, if you would take a minute to hit that share button that you'll find underneath the video. hit that and it will show you where you can share this video on your social network to your family and friends. I would greatly appreciate it. Until the next time, thanks so much for stopping by. Please stay safe and healthy and have a good one.